Welcome. You know what it is. It's week 6 already. And I'm hype. That intro gets me hype every time. And I want to say shout out to everyone already here. Shout out to the people who are about to be here. And without further ado, I got to bring in Syl. What's up, homie? How we feeling this morning?
Yo, like I said, week 6. This is a Syl Sports Network. We're disrupting the sports talk space. My Sundays, man. You wake up, you pay your respects to whatever you look at as a higher power, and then it's time for football. That's what we're doing right now. It's time for football now.
It's time for football. It's time for football. All that other shit that was going on, don't you worry about that. We're just forgetting about it. And
it's Sunday.
It's Sunday, bro. Put all that shit aside. Honestly, I just use my phone to keep up on the scores on Sunday. I'm not even looking at Twitter. I'm not looking at none of that shit. I'm just looking at injury reports now, because when we first started this thing, I didn't look at injury reports. I'm like, yeah, this is a full team, right?
Gives you a little insight, into, if it's a close matchup, the injury report is kind of like that tiebreaker sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah. Because those one like keystones in the offense or defense, man. Once you take them out, they can crumble, and your whole team's gone after that. We see it with a lot of teams. And today there is some key injuries out for a lot of these teams, but we'll go through that eventually. What we have to go through first is how week 6 started, which was Thursday night, and the Bears went down, bro. It wasn't Bear down. It was the Bears going down. They had a chance at the last second. They got down to the goal line, and I believe they ran 4 plays and didn't score on a single one of them. Could have kicked a field goal.
They were down by 5, though. No, they were down by 5.
Right.
They needed a touchdown.
They needed a touchdown, so not getting that, and they got they got a wide out. If no one saw it, and maybe next time I'll get the clip for the Thursday night ending. But he was in the end zone, but leaning out of it, didn't have the ball, and then caught
baby arms. I'm trying to tell you, these baby arms, bro. It's not just Justin Fields. Hey, props to Justin Fields. He was getting the shit kicked out of him the whole game, and he laid a couple dimes to give him a chance, and he had a good scramble. Y'all gotta protect this kid, man. He's just a baby. Y'all gotta protect him.
Unfortunately, man, he played exceptionally well from what I've been hearing about Justin Fields. And like you said, he made some dimes. His wide receivers just need to step up and make those catches, because they were just dropping balls. I was like, yo, he just threw that shit in there. What are you doing?
He needs like 2 weapons. The running game is cool, but the team they're stacking against the run because they know he don't have no receivers to catch the ball. So it's like, man, I'm surprised we got 2 wins. I'm being honest with y'all at this point. This might be over for the year, y'all.
Oh no! Early draft pick. No, dude. Oh no. Let's give Sky his credit, because we all picked the Bears, and he was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going Commanders just to go against Syl, and he fucking won because of it.
He got that.
Yeah. The other team, I'm not sure that they scored a touchdown. I could be wrong on that, but I'm not sure that they scored a touchdown either.
They were gifted one. I mean, really, the Commanders won. Their offense is trash too. Like, these are 2 trash teams. So, but the Bears fumbled a punt inside the 10. And so the Commanders just ran the ball 3 times.
Right.
That's why the Bears lost right there. Just stupid mental mistakes, man. And then baby arms right at the goal line. It's like his arms. If his arms a little more longer, it would have been across the goal line. They're so baby.
So baby, dude. Justin Fields' pass just bounced off of him. He was like,
unreal, man. Unreal.
But yeah, Skywalker did call that, so we'll give him his credit, and rightfully so. Next week I'll put ourselves on freezing cold takes, or the week after, if the boys don't do it this week, because that is a little announcement. This is the final week going into the bye week for us. Every NFL team gets a bye week to take a break, to recoup, and that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, am I going on vacation? Maybe, but at the same time, that's what I'm gonna call it, and then we can use this as like a statute going forward. So, granted, hopefully we can do this again next season, and we'll be like, yo, when do you want the bye week? Because doing it every Sunday, man, it's fun as hell, but sometimes you got some life stuff that comes up, and
recharge too.
right, you need that bye week. We need to get the rehab done. We need to go get into the training room, get all massaged up and shit, and then spend some time with the family. So that's what next week will be. And at the same time, when I'm saying that, I hope everyone who's watching this now or in the future, like, spend next week with the fam, recharge yourself as well, so then you can come back and then be a part of this even more energy, with even more energy every Sunday. And yeah, Skywalker, you are welcome, homie. You are welcome. Next weekend, no, I'm still gonna put together a video. And I was gonna like debut my idea today, but you know how it is. I need the shit polished before I can show anything of my work. So next week, when I'll do a video of our picks. But before that, before our picks are shown, I got a little something cooking for everybody, from the mind of the good Austin. So I hope everyone enjoys that. But yeah, that will be next week. And this week, last week we were supposed to give our grades for the quarter, but I didn't remember until like halfway through the show.
That's what I was like, you gonna do this halfway through the show, bro?
You're like, bro, we went through like 6 games already. What are you doing? Oops.
Live television, y'all. Live television.
You're seeing it live. That's what happens sometimes. You forget shit, and we don't give a shit anyway, so we'll just keep it rocking. So since there was a game this week already, and I want you to go first on this one, obviously. What do we grade the Commanders and the Bears?
So we was talking about the idea of the scoring, right? It's kind of like a sliding scale, kind of like a curve in a sense. So the overall, the macro, version of this is, are they closer to A or F as a team, right? And that could be all encompassing. That could be, but then we understand that's like a middle ground. Like that's that average. Like if you're in school, you got that, you don't just get an A or an F. Sometimes you get a C, C minus, so there's kind of like this middle ground. I call it like average or C, but I think, what'd you call it?
S first. Satisfactory.
Satisfactory, right? So we got the satisfactory line, that's average as hell, right? And then you got the, closer to A or closer to F, right? So just to kind of let people know the parameters we're dealing with. Bears and Commanders, both teams closer to F. Yes.
That was easy grading.
No stickers. No, just close. They're both closer to F. Yeah.
We're not disappointed. We just want you to do better. Maybe Syl's a little bit disappointed. Oh shit! I'm gonna go the same way, dude. F. I don't know really though what people expected these teams to be before the season. If we did like next year, we'll do it. We'll do our grades next year before the season.
Good idea.
I would have give these guys an F too, and it's no disrespect to you for the Bears either, but
I'm right there with you.
Okay, where because they,
I would have given them more an average score. I expected more from the Commanders because you have a decent defensive line. They may have been banged up here and there in the secondary. I knew Wentz was average at best, but they're literally playing below that. So, yeah, I'm surprised by the Commanders, not the Bears, though.
Not the Bears, yeah. Hey. There's a reason why they're building a new stadium outside of Chicago, bro. They need to get the fuck out of there. But yeah, I'm also giving them both Fs. And the Commanders, I could have given them like a F minus before the season just because of Dan Snyder alone. And if no one knows about Dan Snyder and the Commanders, just give it a little Google search. You'll find some fun stuff. Oh, and maybe you'll find him hanging out with the Dallas Cowboys owner last weekend, but that's a topic for another time. with all this NFL owner mafia shit that goes on.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's like quick shout out to the chat. Brad Howard, Israel coming through. We got Mr. J, Bad Dan's Thoughts, and Skywalker. I was already showing you guys in the intro. We really appreciate everyone coming through here and chopping it up with us. And if you have any grades to give yourself, go ahead, put them in the chat whenever we're going over these games. And we might be a little out of order for your order, but don't worry, there is order here. we'll get through it eventually.
Just the theme, just to give people a mindset of the theme, every week we got something.
What's this week's theme?
Well, since we got the new semester going and everything like that, it's a lot of good matchups this week. And I was looking at the matchups and I was like, man, this is like a pop quiz, right? It's pop quiz time. You know what I'm saying? Show me the goods right now. What we got? So we saw with the Bears and Commanders, the Bears wasn't ready, right, for the pop quiz. so they still got baby arms. So that's going to be my theme this week. It's pop quiz. It's going to be a lot of good matchups, and I think injuries are going to play a part. A lot of good games this week.
Yeah. The injuries are key and this is one like you can't not look at the injury report for today because you could give people an edge when you're looking at like an offense versus a defense, but then that offensive player isn't in there. So you're like, oh, well, the defense doesn't have to worry about that. So like that part of the matchup is completely invalid and void.
Exactly.
But let's get it popping in here. Week 6. It already began. Commanders got that win. And a lot of people's opinions, they shouldn't have. If the Bears wide receivers can just catch the damn ball, maybe we'd be in a different spot. Maybe Skywalker would be the one with the freezing cold take and not the fucking the panel of the rest of us. But that's just how it goes. Today, and I gotta stack these games out. So the best one is saved for last. But let's start with, in my opinion, probably one of the best matchups today. There's 2 games that are going to be really good, I think. And this one is the Baltimore Ravens driving up to New Jersey and going to MetLife and facing off the New York Giants. And the Ravens just came off another close win last Sunday night. And the Giants came off a close win over in London town over there. And I'm sure that the people in MetLife, those Giants fans, those ridiculous Giants fans that I had to grow up with, they are rowdy. They're ready for the boys to be home and take on the former MVP of the league and Lamar Jackson. However, this offense for the Ravens is looking crazy good. If it's people don't realize how big of a target Andrews is for Lamar Jackson, but they've been together, I believe, every season he's been in the league.
Yeah,
that's like
came up together,
right? That's like Tom Brady and Gronkowski, like the new age.
Yep.
Way better. Yeah, exactly. Maybe 5.0, dude. They're fucking way faster. Like Mark Andrews is a little bit smaller than Gronk, but he's fast as fuck and stocky. I had a really hard time picking this. And I was like, who am I going to go with, right? The Ravens secondary, the Ravens defense isn't great, but they did show up big last week. But they were at home. And if you look at it, the Giants have played well at home. And Danny Dimes is that dual threat. However, there is some wide receivers that are out for Danny Dimes. So it's like, well, what are you picking there? What are you picking there?
Yeah.
My pick, and I'm sure that you're probably going to go with this too, Saquon Barkley. I'm going to go with the Giants because of Saquon Barkley against that defense. And I think the Giants defense against Lamar can give them enough trouble where they're not just easily driving down the field. There's a lot of times when you watch that Bengals game where it looked like Lamar Jackson kind of was trying to do too much and could have made some easy throws, and they had some 3-and-outs that gave Joe Burrow a chance to come back into that game. And you don't want to give the Giants a chance to come back into the game. You saw that against the Packers. They came all the way back against the Packers, and this is just the Ravens. So I'm going with the Giants today. What do you think for this marquee matchup of the day?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game for a 1 p.m. slate. Red Zone, I'm sure, is going to be cut into this. you're looking at the Ravens. First off, both these teams, I'm giving them satisfactory grades. I don't think these are A teams, A+ teams, or
No, yeah,
I
the
think,
S's.
you know what I mean? Because with the Ravens, I think their offense is explosive, but the defense has been trash all year. I mean, that's just what it is. Flip side, the Giants, their defense is stellar, but I don't believe in their quarterback. So that's going to keep them like at a C, C-, C+, both teams, right?
Yep.
But now with the Ravens, the offense is explosive, but Rashad Bateman is ruled out for this game, which is low-key been Lamar's probably favorite wide receiver. Andrews is the man tight end, but
yeah,
the wideouts, Rashad Bateman has been that dude. He's out. They have some, one of their defensive pass rushers is out, but the defense is trash, and their offensive lineman is banged up. So the Ravens, they coming in. I still think they can score with anyone. The Giants, on the flip side, though their defense is good, the Ravens is going to score. Can the Giants keep up in scoring? Well, with Galladay out, with a couple receivers out on the Giants side, I don't think they're going to score enough, man. I'm going actually with the Ravens on this game. It's pop quiz time. The Giants think they feeling themselves. They went all the way to London to beat the Packers, but they didn't realize the Packers is a C team as well, too. I'm just telling y'all that's a little right there. So a C team beat a C team right there. So the Ravens a C as well, but too many points. Lamar, you can't keep him under 3 touchdowns. I don't think the Giants will score 3 touchdowns. Going with the Ravens.
Bro, that's hilarious. Hey, man, we start early from the day. This is great. When our first picks aren't the same, it means it's gonna be a good day for us. Yeah, dude. And Skywalker always going to work on a Sunday, but showing up here first. I appreciate you, brother.
Sky.
Yeah, have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. Make sure those mutts, stay in line. You know what it is. So he says he's still out on freezing cold takes this week. Yeah, you'll be in there eventually.
Back then, man. Yeah, that's that grading scale back then. The Packers, they're not an A+ team, man. The Packers are not.
We grade for a whole game, not for a half. Oh, those bastards. And my grades for those teams, the Ravens and the Giants, I'm gonna give the Ravens an S, and I'm actually gonna give the Giants an A, and that's because they're 4-1, dude. And they're playing great. They came back against the Packers in an away game in London where everyone was asleep. They're impressive. It's impressive, dude. I told you in our DMs, I was like, yo, I'm grading on a curve. That's my curve, bro. If you're 4-1, you get an A from me this week. And I hate the Giants, bro. I shouldn't be giving them an A, but I gotta give them props where it's due. Danny Dimes is literally trying to will this team to any cost of victory because everybody in New York has been talking shit about how frail he's been his entire career and inconsistent. So, either this is one of those games where you show up at home or you pull the old Danny Dimes and you just lie down. So we'll see how that goes. I'm giving them an A though to start this. And then Necron's got the Ravens as well today. I think that some of y'all are gonna be pleasantly surprised, or I'll just be sitting there and be like, "Come on, Giants! Why did you let me pick you?" I still get you're getting hate from Bat Dad. It's just funny. And S,
that's an S team. Yeah.
Hey, S, that's a satisfactory, bro. They're not F, they're not A. That's Syl's C, but
more of a
to me,
C,
to me it's an S. You're like, you're gonna be a construction worker when you get older. You could be doing manual labor. That's an S. That's what you get. But anyways, moving on. This next game, it start out hot with a good game, right? And then follow it up with what could be a big stinker, or it's gonna be a blowout. And that is the Jacksonville Jaguars going into Lucas Oil Stadium, Syl's second home, and facing the Indianapolis Colts. Now, here is one matchup where some people are like, these teams are like, So here's my grades for this real quick. Jags, pleasantly surprised by them this season. They started out real hot last couple of games. They kind of fell back and I don't know, kind of looking like the former Jags that we know. So they get an S from me. The Colts, they get a big old fat fucking F minus, dude. Like they're they play so bad this year, dude. They're lucky they're lucky they have wins. Honestly, I mean, you should not be celebrating the win as hard as they were against the Broncos a couple. I think it was last week. Like Matt Ryan didn't throw a touchdown. He's fucking just because the Broncos didn't make the play at the end of the game. It's just. They've been playing terrible. They were supposed to be way better this year. The O-line sucks for some reason. It's I don't call him Matt Ryan anymore. I call him Thrashed Ryan.
Thrash Ryan.
Dude,
every game is Vegas.
Every game. He was sacked 6 times last week. Just last week. He was sacked 6 times. And the Broncos defense did have their best showing so far when they played them, but I think the Jags defense, being that this is a divisional matchup, I think the Jags defense will try to at least give them the same effort. So when you get that, we just got to have Trevor Lawrence fucking make good plays on the offense to make this a one-sided game. And that's what I think. I think the satisfactory team is going to beat the F minus team in the Colts. So I got the Jags stealing one on the road since they can't win anything at home. They're going to win this one on the road. Well, what do you think for this game, my friend?
So interesting matchup again. It's pop quiz time, right? The Jaguars, they had good moments, but and they look good. And I early on, I was like, hey, this team can win the division. And then they look so bad, like losing to the Texans. No one's actually lost to the Texans all year. The Colts have tied the Texans.
Right.
The Jaguars lost to the Texans. So, Jaguars, they're at the S level for me. The Jaguars are, so that's one thing there. Now the Colts, their offense has looked terrible.
Yeah.
And then their defense has been banged up all year. Somehow their backups are playing better than their starters, though. So that's the Colts defense. They literally won that game against the Broncos off of defense. And somehow the Colts are like tied for a division lead. I don't know how, but I got to give them an S right now. Like somehow the Colts are hanging in there, right? So you got two average teams at best. Because Jaguars inexperienced, but the Jaguars one of the most healthiest teams in the league. Interesting. You go into the Colts, yes, they're still banged up on defense. Somehow they find a way. Jonathan Taylor is questionable. I don't trust him playing today. And their backup running back is in concussion protocol. He's not playing. How this goes now with concussion. Yep. So Colts are at home. They're going to open up the roof. Actually, go close the roof because it's probably a little chilly out there in Indy. Yeah. I'm going with the home team, the Colts. Somehow it's going to get revenge in a division game. I don't know how they're doing. I don't know how the Colts are winning and tying with people right now. Right. They're going to win this game.
Fucking Jim Irsay, dude. That's how. Just black magic Jim Irsay, dude. Just playing a guitar, doing some shit up in the booth, like finding a way.
It's maybe an upset special to some people. I think the Colts are going to home magic. That's one thing too. I've been in that stadium. Some of the best football fans in Indy. They're crazy too. There's some crazy. People.
They're wild.
But they get hype in that dome. Like I said, the roof gonna be closed. It's gonna be loud in there. Like it's gonna be just like the old RCA dome. If you know, that's when Peyton drafted. How that dome used to be. That's how it gets in that stadium when they close that roof. The roof's closed, the Colts wins.
Better watch out when they fucking
they close that roof for you. It's about to get ugly.
Better watch out for that. Dude, the RCA dome was crazy back in the day.
Dude. It was rocking back
then. Peyton literally though, they call Lucas Oil Stadium the house that Peyton built for a reason.
Peyton built the city.
Yeah, he built that's true. That's true. Yeah, he built the fucking hospitals there and shit. Crazy. Jags, F it. All right, Necron, I'm with you too. Yeah, JP says that he likes the Jags pick. I think they get back on track with the Colts with Jonathan Taylor still out hurt. Yeah, that is very true. Let me say this though, and I think I wrote his name down. Deion Jackson. He is the third running back for the Colts because Nyheim Hines is out, Jonathan Taylor is out. And he played really good in his backup role for the offense. So who knows? That might be a team. Deion Jackson. That might be a name we hear all today with him just going off. But like you said, the Jaguars, they are really healthy. If their defense is decent enough, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I like those division matchups though, even if it's like bad teams. Like, wow, they're gonna fight each other pretty hard. And we like that, man. So you gave Colts an S. I am very surprised by that. I'm very surprised.
That's not the problem. Look, I'm like, man, hey, they're 2-2-1. It's all defense right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's and all defense, even with like some of their best people out, which is you're like, what? How do they do that?
Now they have your boy, the cornerback used to be with the Patriots, Stephon Gilmore.
Yep.
He was out there putting work against the Broncos. I'm just saying it's something with the Colts right now, man. It's all scrappy, blue collar, and they're at home. I'm gonna give them a chance.
Gilly Lock, man, he is crazy. Speaking about Jags fans definitely don't like him because that old AFC Championship game, I think it was Blake Bortles was trying to send a ball over to a wideout. Who would if he called it into the end zone, they win the game.
Yep.
Gilly Lock, just full extension.
Yeah, that was a period, probably like 3 seasons. Gilmore, he was the best shutdown corner, and this is when Jalen Ramsey was playing with the Jags. Gilmore was the best lockdown corner for a good 3 seasons.
Easily. Yeah, because he was on the Patriots, though, they're never given enough credit.
Exactly.
Just like J.C. Jackson. More money, right. That's where they go. All of our Patriots stars usually end up at the Colts for more money.
Yeah. We got your kicker back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We get everybody.
You got a lot of defensive backs from the Patriots. Darius Butler being namely one of them. He's a really good player for the Patriots back in the day. So speaking of the Patriots, they fly down over to Cleveland, Ohio to face Elfie, I think is his name, that guy in the field, the old mascot they brought out for the Browns, the Cleveland Browns. And these teams are both 2-3. It's another one of those things, though, that records aren't really they don't really display what this team is, right? The Browns, to me, they could easily be 4-1. There's a lot of close games that they lost and shot themselves in the foot or made plays that were there and just didn't capitalize, didn't execute. That's the whole thing about being a professional rather than being in college, right? When you're in college, you make a mistake. You're just a college kid. You're a professional now. This is your fucking job. And that's all you got to do is that. And I'm not saying it's easy, but executing is the name of the game. And if you're going to look at these two teams, who do you think executes better today? The Pats or the Browns? That's what I came down to my pick. And Mac Jones still is a game time decision. Last I checked, he did have limited practice all week. In my personal opinion, as a former fan of the Patriots, play fucking Bailey Zappi. Play it until the wheels fall off. We've seen this before. He's a 7th round draft pick. Tom Brady was a 6th round draft pick. Tom Brady kept playing, even though Drew Bledsoe came back and was healthy. I think that's what we're going to see again here. You're going to roll with the hot hand, the one who's had the most reps, the one who's the healthiest, the one who can help the team the best. If Bailey Zappi's in, I'm giving this Pats team the win. And I am going to also give them an S for this season. Okay? I should have gave them an F. I really wanted to give them an F because Mac Jones looking like shit this year. He's trying to do too much. But Bailey Zappi coming in and giving them some really good wins. I mean, they thrashed the Lions, absolutely thrashed the Lions last week. Yes. It wasn't even close. For me, being a Patriots fan of days of old, it's those jerseys, man. The last time they had those jerseys on is when Tom Brady and Randy Moss like broke the touchdown record for a game or some shit. Crazy. So they get an S. The Browns, they get an F because, like I said, they should be like 4-1.
Failing.
Failing. They've found ways to lose, which gives you an F. If you're not,
that's the fair. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you should be better. You should be an A, but you're not even satisfactory. I'm not even happy with you anymore. Well, what do you think for this game, my friend? I got the Pats winning.
So the Pats, right? You got Zappy time, right? Is this
Happy
what's
time.
going on here? I mean, this guy, he should have outdueled Aaron Rodgers. I mean, to be quite honest, he came in there and had the Patriots, on a path to win.
So
Aaron
close.
Rodgers pulled it out, right?
Yep.
And then last week we saw what they did. Last I checked, Bill Belichick's still the coach of the Patriots, right? So that's interesting. Now with the Browns. So the Patriots, yes, S. Yeah, I'm giving them S as a team because Belichick is still the coach, right? Now, as far as with the Browns, they've been banged up, right? They're in every game, so I can't fail them yet. I'm gonna give them an S as well. I would have given them closer to an A. If the season started right now, they have the talent. Deshaun Watson's coming, but he keeps getting sued by a bunch of women. I'm just like, man, you're a star quarterback. Why are you making these women mad? I don't understand what's going on with that. But anyway, so as far as with the Browns, they're still banged up on the defensive side. Denzel Ward should be out. Concussion again. He's not playing. So Jadeveon Clowney, he's out. Not sure. I think Myles Garrett's going to play. So the defense is going to be there. But at the last time I checked, Jacoby Brissett is still the quarterback. Bill Belichick is still the coach on the other side. I am going with Pats. It's Zappy time. I think Belichick is like, y'all must have forgot what I do in this league. And I think they're going to go to Cleveland and handle business, man. I'm going to
Yeah. I think part of that too, if you were 50-50 on this, if you were halfway, Bill Belichick left the Browns. Now he's the head coach of the Patriots, right? The Browns could have had Bill Belichick as a head coach, but they didn't give him a chance. So, boom. Now,
you know what's crazy?
What?
When they got rid of Bill Belichick, that's when the Browns was about to move to Baltimore, right? And they drafted Ray Lewis. Just imagine if Belichick was still there and he got that defense, bro. It would have been ugly. Because they ended up winning a Super Bowl, with Brian Billick, I think what it was. Man, what man? If Belichick would have had that defense, oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Imagine seeing that defense, Bill Belichick's defense, against like the Bill Parcells New York Giants defense, because that's where they went. I believe they went to the New York Giants together for a little bit before he got the Jets job, and then he said, "Nah, fuck you, Jets. I'm gonna go to the Patriots," which I think is still like one of the best moves of all time.
Change NFL history right there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Easily. So we got some more love in the chat. Yo, what's up, Mr. West Ashley? Go Bills. Go Bills. I don't know where they are on my slate. I think they're 425 game today, so you're gonna have to stick around for that.
It's some good games all day today, man, for real.
Yeah, some great games. Texans of the world, say no more. Yeah. That's how we feel too, dude. And that game is gonna be, that might be a slot fest, or you might see the Browns Pats actually be really close, just because of who's
in. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an ugly game, but it's gonna be interesting. The coaching. See, this is real quick with the Browns, because I say they're satisfactory. They have enough talent, I think, to be in any game, but I think they could be out-coached. I think that's the main thing that's going to happen to them until Deshaun gets there. They're going to be out-coached some games. This is another game. They're going to get out-coached.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I wish that my idea for next week is going to be funny. I'm going to have a little Jacoby Brissett in there, and it's going to be the opposite of hype, dude. So I went around this weekend and did watch all of the teams and their social media and their YouTube hype videos and shit. And the Browns had a recap for week 5 or whatever, and they showed Jacoby Brissett in the tunnel talking to the team, right? Dude, he has less hype in his voice than I do for this show. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's take our opportunity here, right? Let's take our opportunities. How did we get here? Let's remember how we got here. All right, let's go have a good game. offense on 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, offense, and then they
Exactly.
run. I feel like what?
Let's go. Let's go cash those checks, guys. You know,
Yeah,
checks
yeah,
on
exactly.
direct deposits hitting really soon, y'all. Let's go. Let's go get this money.
And then they trot onto the field. Like, what the fuck? Nobody's jumping. Nobody's hype. Oh my god, this is the opposite of hype. So I just saw. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not picking the Browns today after watching that.
He in the huddle like, yo, life is good, man. We ain't got to win. Life is good, man. Let's go. Just don't get hurt. Let's go. On one.
Everyone's like, all right, fuck. What the fuck? You barely hear you, dude. Everyone's screaming out here shit. Why are you so laid back, Kobe? So that's fucking great. That's either, like I said, stinker, could be good, who knows. I am excited for the next game. Man, this 1 p.m. slate is fire today, dude.
Always.
Woo! Fucking Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, Lamar Chase. They are going back to the Bayou. What is it going to be? Last time they were there, what did Joe Burrow do? Heisman? National champion? What does he want to do when he goes back to Louisiana? He wants to fucking show them Saints that they the Aints. It is the 2-3 Bengals going against the 2-3 Saints. I'm gonna give the Saints an S this year, and I'm also gonna give this week I should say, and the Bengals also get an S. They're not Fs, they're not A's. I don't really know what the teams are yet. I don't think they even do. I thought the Bengals should have been an A coming back off that Super Bowl run. They didn't really lose anybody. In fact, they kind of upgraded if you looked at their roster, especially their O-line. But they seem to be playing we're kind of the same team. Maybe we'll make a run. Who knows? And they got to play well on the road. That is the mark of a championship team, is being able to get road wins. If you can't do that, then you're not going to go anywhere. You're not just guaranteed a home field advantage at the end of the year. You might have to play in some sticky situations like this one down in the Bayou. However, watching the last game that I watching the Seahawks come in and have a thriller versus the Saints, this might be another one of those, man. I think we're gonna see some more Taysom Hill, a little bit less Andy Dalton, and I think that the Saints are going to get that home win, man. It's the NFC. Everyone's like, the AFC is real tough. I still think the NFC is way better.
Interesting.
Because I think the reason why the NFC looks worse is because everyone's so good. Everyone has these crazy battles against each other every week. So hopefully Joe Burrow doesn't fucking make me look like a complete idiot here. It has been some years since he ran the Bayou. And now it's Taysom Hill's place to shine and Cam Jordan's place to shine. So I think we're going to see some sacks from Joey B on the field, and the Saints are going to steal that win today. Maybe upset special? I don't know. They're both 2-3. Well, I don't know if you call that an upset or not. What do you got for this game? What's your prediction?
So it's interesting. The Bengals, if they would have took care of business last week against the Ravens, I would have had Bengals closer to an A. But
yeah, me too.
They've been kind of stumbling out of the blocks a little bit. They're still like one of the most talented teams, relatively healthy. So I have them at the S because I think they will do just enough this season. You still don't want to see the Bengals in the playoffs. You really don't want to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs. I give that man that much respect. The Saints, surprisingly, I think this is a fail. This is an F team. The Saints is actually not that good. They look good against the Seahawks because the Seahawks are closer to an fail as well too. So I'm looking at it as a fail. Now, do they got that home magic? That's what it comes down to. Can the Saints really eke this out off of home magic? Because the Saints are banged up on offense still. Though Taysom Hill has been doing this thing. I think they got some defensive people banged up as too. Like I said, the Saints, I really don't think they're a good team. I think the Bengals are a good team. So pop quiz, I think the Bengals take care of business today. And they may score pretty big actually today, I think, on this one.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna be completely regretting this pick, man. I just saw the fucking injury report. And let me just say, the Bengals small. The Saints, big injury report.
Mhm.
So that might be me eating my words, but hey man, Cam Jordan's on that field. I'm gonna give them a little bit of a leeway, but yeah, the Bengals, they didn't show up big when they should have last week.
Right.
Prime time, but maybe it's different now. Maybe he had some of that. They had some of that home cooking that they missed from the college days, and maybe they're ready to go. Who won the picks last week? I did. What's good? Finally got that W over Syl, but I only won by 1 game, so I couldn't really celebrate. I couldn't really
That's still W, you know.
W though. Yeah. So Syl is now 3-1 on the season, and I am 1-3. And it only takes a couple of weeks to just get that record even. So we'll see. There's a lot of weeks left this season, and today, man, we've already been picking against each other. So one of us is either gonna win outright, or one of us, like there's gonna be a real big loser today. It's probably gonna be me, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I really should have looked at that Saints injury report before I made that pick, but I'm sticking with it, man. I'm not gonna flip flop. I'm not gonna flip flop at all. And this next game, and I believe this is the last one for 1 p.m. I don't think I missed any, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh no, it's not the last one. Okay, we got plenty of more games for 1 p.m. I just did this out of order because I'm an idiot. But
Yeah, you just do it straight there.
yeah. Let's keep this one simple because last week I got made fun of for my pick. Buccaneers versus Steelers. They're going into Pittsburgh. Steelers are 1-4. The Buccaneers are 3-2. Rookie quarterback versus veteran defense. Tom Brady versus defense with no Minka Fitzpatrick. Buccaneers getting this on the road pretty easily today. What do you think? Buccaneers A, Steelers F.
So Buccaneers. I've been wrestling with this score actually.
That's tough, yeah.
Because I would have clearly put him, start the season as an A or close to an A. But then their offense has been kind of sluggish. But then it's like, well, they've been banged up, right? And they still got the GOAT. So I'm like, I still say I can't give Brady an S. I can't be true to myself. So it's closer to an A, right? So just to make that clear with the score, not quite an A, close to an A, you gotta give respect to the GOAT. Right? You gotta give respect to the GOAT. And the Steelers, they are an F. They are failing. Kenny Pickett, Pick City, Pick Six. And the sad thing is Trubisky is worse than Kenny Pick Six, right? So it's just like, dang, man. You know what I mean? So I think Coach Tomlin is still that dude. I still think Coach Tomlin, he will find a way to beat average or worse teams. The Buccaneers is not an average team, no matter how banged up they are. And the Steelers are bad. So, yeah, we're going with the Buccaneers with this. But Coach Tomlin, he's going to figure something out after their bye week and string a couple wins together. That's my prediction with that team.
Yeah. I would like to see that happen, honestly. I like to see Tomlin do well. I got a lot of respect for him as a head coach for doing it so long and never having a losing season. So please don't have another one, but we'll see. Maybe he'll do some work if he gets a high draft pick. Yeah. JP had the Jets against Miami. We're getting to it. But we just got to get through these ones quick because these are easy games. We don't need to go into any big detail for me. I know what you mean, though. I should have probably, as an honest Buccaneers fan, given them an S, but there was just a couple of things that prevented them from having like one more win versus the Packers.
Yeah, they should have beat the Packers.
Yeah. And the root of all of what is like their record, the root of the record, to me comes down to rookies not playing well. You got Rashard White fumbling the kickoff, and then we have Robert Hainsey not snapping the football against the Packers. And sorry about my dog's taking a drink right now. Good time for him to take a
drink. So just to be real with the Buccaneers, like against the Packers, Brady had no one. Brady had no help. That game, didn't he have your boy? What's the boy that retired?
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley retired. Like signed to play in one game and immediately retired. So it's like That's what Brady had to work with, and he still should have beat the Packers, right? Because Packers is an S team. And then let's just be real. Mahomes put those hands on the Buccaneers that one game, right? Let's just be real. Patrick Mahomes put it on them.
Wait, though. Right, but my thing about that game is if Rashad White, the fucking rookie, doesn't fumble the kickoff on the fucking 10-yard line, the game doesn't start 7-0, 40.
Mojo, right?
Yeah, so if you take that touchdown away, they only lost by a field goal. So, like, we're growing pains. We're going to call that.
Mahomes put it on, though. I mean, you got it. Come on now.
No, I'm not lying. I just think that game should have been closer, but he did fucking torch the fuck out, doing pirouettes, doing cartwheels and throwing the fucking football between his legs.
Pirouette. I'm like, I would just quit right there. I'm like, you know what? Here, just take the game. We'll see you in the Super Bowl, okay?
I started doing chores. I was so mad at 11 p.m. at night. I'm like, you gotta be fucking cleaning and shit. I'm so mad. I was so mad, bro. Oh my god, yeah. I'll give him credit, man. He is a player.
I give him credit, man.
I think that game is a good learning experience for going forward this season. Like, let's get our tough losses out early, and then we'll build on them and become better. And this is one of those building games. I think going to be some records, chasing today against the Steelers defense in Steelers. And man, we got the bat phone ring. I don't even hear it.
Man.
The bat
disrupting the sports talk. We got superheroes and comics. Shout out to the Batman.
We're fans of it all over here, man. We're not afraid to show our fandom over here. So that was an easy game, and we still spent a lot of time on it, which is hilarious. This is what we do. Going on, moving on. This is the famous lemon pepper game. We got the San Francisco 49ers flying in from Lockdown Central, California, and going over to the ATL and facing the Falcons. The 49ers 3-2, the Falcons 2-3. What do I think for the 49ers this year? I'm gonna give them an A.
Me too.
That's because of their defense stepping up big. Jimmy, he could have said, nah, fuck you, I don't care. But he came back, he's playing well, and actually let this be known too for this game. The 49ers actually stayed on the East Coast this entire week. I forgot where they played last week, but it was on the East Coast. They had a little team chemistry building this week, right? No family, no nothing. We're all in a hotel together for a whole week, and they got to hang out, and like they got that lemon pepper in before this game. And the Falcons, they get an S so far this season. They're 2-3. They're very close to an A, honestly. They came back against the Buccaneers last week, and they're playing exceptionally well. Again, one of those teams where you didn't expect them to do good, but they are. They're in contention right now. They're only a game back for the division, which is huge in that division with the Saints and the Buccaneers. But what are the Saints? They're just an S anyways. So the Falcons, I think they're a little bit banged up. They don't have Cordell Patterson still. And the 49ers, they do have some people out on the defense, but Joey Bosa, I believe, is going. So if they got him in, all right, go ahead, run it. Marcus Mariota going to have his jersey scraped on the field. I got the 49ers winning this against the Falcons. Today, man.
So you mentioned as far as with the grades real quick, I agree with you with the 49ers. 49ers is probably one of the toughest teams. They probably are the toughest team just physically on both scrimmages, right? Just offensive line is nasty. Defense is nasty. You got Deebo Samuel. Like, come on. You got Deebo as a weapon. Come on.
Big
what I'm saying? So I love watching the 49ers. It's always an ugly game with the 49ers, but I just love seeing them play because they just beat you up. So they're an A team to me. Now Falcons, I think they've been overachieving. I think they're actually a failing team. I think they're an F team. Their record's going to end up being where they're really not that good, but they do got that home field. See, I've been out there to that stadium out there in Georgia now.
Nice.
that lemon pepper, man. There's that energy in there, man. It's something about Atlanta, man. I swear. So it's about your team. The whole lemon pepper. People just, I want them. You know what I'm talking about when I say this, but is your team disciplined enough? Like the Browns, they went down to Atlanta. They wasn't disciplined. You see Jacoby Brissett. He's not making sure these guys are in bed before 1 a.m. They out there, chasing peaches, right? So it's like that is what it is. Lemon pepper.
You guys were out way too late last night.
That lemon pepper, right? So is your team disciplined enough? You get down there with all that lemon pepper. Are you going? I think the 49ers, long story short, the 49ers are disciplined. They're going to go in there and take care of business. In the ATL, it should be by a lot, too.
Should be by a lot. Okay, yeah, like I said, Marcus Mariota going to have that jersey scraping on the field today, dude. I'm sorry, man. But let this be known, the Atlanta offensive line and their run scheme, very, very good. That's why Cordell Patterson looks so good, and that's why Huntley looked so good against the Buccaneers last week towards the end of the game. It's because they scheme really well. I don't know who the coach is, and I apologize if anybody does know. Put it in the chat, but or leave it in a comment. But the coach who does the run game over there is really good, and that's why they are 2-3. Honestly, in my opinion, like they've just been running the ball over everybody. So that can't go unnoticed. And mark my words here: if we see that banged up D get run all over, it's because they're just really good at scheming, dude. They're just really good at putting guys in places to lay a pancake block down. But I also think that the 49ers going to get that win today.
Take care of business, 49ers.
Yeah, take care of business. That's maybe that's today's theme. Take care of business. Because this is that's how I felt in a lot of these games that are close. I'm like, who's going to take care?
That's why I say pop quiz. It's like, okay, you on the spot. What you about to do?
Right? Word. It was perfect. And I do have a little bit of insight too for how people are picking this game. It's 60-40. 60% going the 49ers, 40% going ATL. So it's like
that's low for 49ers.
Right.
That's low.
Yeah. So we don't know. And it's only a 4.5 point spread. So do with that with what you will. I mean, I think really what all these numbers mean pre-snap is that everyone is unsure, but they think the 49ers might win. You know what I mean?
They're
like
favorite. Yeah. I would have thought more of a 70-30 split, just on random, 49ers is that team, y'all. I mean, I understand they started off kind of shaky at the quarterback of who's going to play. Hey, they got the squad right now. They know what they're doing with Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? It's an A team.
Absolutely. A team for sure. And I'm eager to see what your next picks are. And let me just set it up so you know which game I'm talking about. Both 3-2 teams, surprisingly. And that is the New York Jets, the New Jersey Jets, I call them, going into Lambeau and facing the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers, again, home after going over to London. So you would expect their fans to be pretty hyped that they're home, and the Packers fans are really good, obviously. They have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going against Zach Wilson. I'll wait for you. I want to see what's your grades and what's your predictions for this game, my friend.
So Jets, they started off shaky on offense, right? But they're starting to get their legs under them. Pun intended, their running game. They're getting their running game under them. And their coach, who was an alumni of the 49ers, right? He's a tough guy. He's more defense than offense. So it took him a couple seasons, a couple games on top of that to figure out the offense. They got their quarterback, Zach Wilson, who I called Gus last week, right? So they're figuring out their offense. Their defense is legit. One name you're going to hear me yell out a lot because I play with him on Madden. Sauce, that's the cornerback. His name is Sauce. Yeah, Sauce Gardner is that dude. He's like a tall. He reminds me, and I know it's going to be a terrible comparison to some people though, but he reminds me of Deion Sanders as far as just how long he is and athletic. You know what I'm saying? And he's a shutdown guy. He really is. He's obviously he's a rookie. He's young, but the Jets defense is for real. I say all that to say they're more defense than offense, but they can run the ball. That's a formula. That's how the old Ravens won. This is an S only because I don't think their quarterback's ready. Satisfactory. The Jets is a surprise team of the season to me. S. And I already told you the Packers is a S because they don't have enough offense. I never seen Aaron Rodgers this frustrated, past a quarter of a season. So, and then the Packers defense ain't really, they're not killing it on the defense as well, too. So, interesting game. Usually when Aaron Rodgers lose, he has like a trash team to play the very next week, and he destroys. But he's facing a real defense, and then his defense really ain't upset special. I'm going with the Jets.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sauce.
Batman's pissed, bro. I love it. I admit it. Aaron Rodgers carries the team. Yeah, he does, dude. You don't have to admit it. Everyone knows that. He's been carrying the team, bro.
You're going to get Sauce. I'm telling you, Sauce going to get him one time.
Everyone's like, how are the Patriots going to be without Tom Brady? How have they been, guys? Yeah, exactly. Tom Brady carried that fucking team too. Just like Aaron Rodgers carries the Packers. That's why they paid him the money that he wanted to keep him there, because they knew that their fucking organization was going to go down the drain if they didn't have Aaron Rodgers. You think Jordan Love's going to save that team right now? Fuck no. Fuck no. Yeah, that is a perfect way for you to go into this, right? That the Green Bay Packers, they actually have Tipa Galea. I don't even know how to spell that name, but a linebacker who's out, and another linebacker, Rashawn Gary, who's questionable, who's actually been playing really well. He'll probably play, but the Jets didn't have any injury designations to like a lot of the defense that have been out. They're all expected to play. That Jets defense, who's really real. I think it's hilarious that somebody in America would name their kid Sauce, but that's just how it goes, I guess. Maybe real swaggy when he was born. Like, yo, I got that Sauce.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm about to get sauce.
I got that sauce. Got that sauce. So I think Rodgers, though, he is the type of person where he does have these like crappy teams to go against after a hard loss or maybe even a hard fought win, but this is that team that's going to surprise him, right? And it's not even like, oh, can you use the temperature factor already in Lambeau? No, this is the New Jersey Jets. They're used to the fucking cold, especially being right on the ocean and shit. Like, you get some wind coming up in there. They're used to it. They're ready to play. I think Zach Wilson, though, the question for me is Zach Wilson on some old lady's OnlyFans before the game, or is he fucking ready for the game? Because he's got a thing for them older women, dude. And Green Bay's got a lot of them. So we got to see how focused homie is for the game before I'm ready for this. Well, I will give my grades for these teams. I'm going to give the Jets, they're going to get an A from me. And let me tell you why. Because they are surprisingly and commandingly winning these games, and they're doing it in a fashion where their quarterback hasn't played well, and their quarterback has been iffy, but their defense, their run game, almost like it's like where you want to see them at this point in the season, because you know that you have that foundation to make your run for a championship or at least for the playoffs. Now, I give them an A for this point in the season. Now, show me what you're going to do for the rest of the season. When all the teams start playing better, are you continue to grow, or are you just going to stay where you're at? So, we come at this back in like week 12, if that sounds good.
And side note on that, with the Jets, because I know you're in the middle of your thing, but with the Jets, if they somehow, when they face the Bills, beat the Bills, so that would be their only comp in that division if the Dolphins are still wavering. I would give the Jets an A if they could face the Bills and beat them, like real talk. But right now they're teetering right there. But they have the formula, man. But I don't want to interrupt you on that. Yeah.
No, you're good. Just to piggyback off of that, like to me, I've been watching the Jets like my entire life closely. And unfortunately, growing up, that was a lot of the only games that was on fucking TV for my region because I grew up in upstate New York. And I'd be like, the fucking Jets? Why are they on TV? And then that's how I learned about like local TV and like where they have to put stuff. I was like, oh, so you tell me if I lived like 3 hours to the east or 2 hours, I would get Patriots every day? Like, what the fuck? But the Jets, I think, to me, they get that surprising A. We passed out grades through the class, and they were one of the kids that flipped their paper over, and they're like, "What the fuck? I didn't even study for this test, and I got an A, dude." That's what the Jets for me. If their quarterback can be consistent, they can be a playoff team in my eyes. And like you said, but they have the Bills in their division, which is arguably the best team in the AFC, if not the best team in the AFC. So you got to be able to play them. That's be a fun matchup to watch, to see the Bills offense go against this Jets defense. But that's for a later date. For now, Jets get an A. The Packers get that S because, I want to give them an F, honestly. But
I would if I wasn't being, objectionable.
But they have Aaron Rodgers, and they have rookie wide receivers that they're throwing to besides Randall Cobb. So I give them that S. It's been very, very satisfactory as far as that goes. But their defense could be playing a little bit better. Don't get it twisted, right? When Tom Brady got 12 points against the Packers, he didn't have anybody. He threw to a retired guy. Mike Evans was suspended. Chris Godwin was out. Nobody. They had to get someone's dad off of their couch. Crazy. And he still almost won that game. Should have won. So that's why the Packers get an S. I think that, though, however, the Packers win at home today. And that is, just one of those things. If I'm wrong on this, I will also be happy just because I think Aaron Rodgers is an overrated quarterback. But you see the jersey behind me. That's just because I've had to hear this bullshit about him being the best of all time when he's got one Super Bowl ring in the last his entire career. One appearance, right? How many times did Tom Brady go to an AFC or a conference championship in a row? And you want to talk about how?
I know. I'm just saying because people always say best quarterbacks, this and that, and it used to be the old argument was Montana and Dan Marino. I'm just like, Marino only went there once. I don't care how fast Marino could throw the ball. Montana was the man before Brady, was birthed, right?
Yep.
So it's like that kills the argument. So I think it's the same argument again. Oh, well, Rodgers and Brady. I'm sorry, bro. Rodgers, you can't just have one Super Bowl appearance saying you the greatest.
No.
John Elway realized that. And he was like, yo, load my team up. I need to at least get 1 or 2 rings. My goodness. You know what I'm saying? I can't even talk about the GOAT. Now, Peyton's my man. Y'all should know. I was in the city that he built. But even we knew Brady was better than Peyton. I'm sorry. Overall, we knew Brady. We feared Brady when he came to Indianapolis every day. We were scared of this man, okay? Like, I want y'all to understand from the inside of this.
Yes.
Peyton, regular season all day. But when you got to those playoffs, we feared Brady. I don't think they feared us at all.
Nope.
So that kills the argument. This is me again. I was rooting against Brady my whole life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was Indy. All right. So I'm sorry that debate should be done about who's the greatest quarterback.
And let me just go on a little something right here because you see this. You see me saying this.
Skip.
Let me just say this right here. Let me just say this right here. Just because I'm white? Is it just because I'm white? Is that why?
Hashtag Austin Bayless.
Is that why?
One time in the chat. One time.
Austin being real. If we're being real, when Skip Bayless started his career on First Take and on Cold Pizza and all that shit, he was the one talking shit about Tom Brady. he was the one that Tom Brady used as fuel. So I don't like Skip. I don't like that he finally came over. Cool. You like Brady now? Nah, we've been rocking Brady since day one. I was the kid in lunch class.
The chat's going crazy.
I know. Go ahead, bro.
There we go. Thank you, Carlos. What's our hashtag? Austin Bayless. Because somehow Brady came up in the conversation, bro.
Cut. It always happens. It always happens.
I love it, bro.
Behind me, every time I see that jersey, I'm like, yo, Aaron Rodgers ain't that good, bro. I don't want.
I feel you though. I feel you on that. Austin Bayless.
Austin Bayless. I ain't clicking on that comment, bro. You know I ain't.
Hilarious, bro.
He had the best question. All right, what about now?
That too.
What about now though? When he's still
exactly, because that would have been that argument would still be going on if Brady didn't go to Tampa and win another one. Like I'm so like that ended that like this dude was like ending debates, like everything he does.
He goes.
So I was like, dang, I can't even say that now.
What'd you say? Oh, okay, let's go ahead. No off season, no preseason, COVID. Can't play with his team and get rapport, and still goes and fucking wins the Super Bowl. But hey, that's why I give the Packers an S.
that was the whole point of that soliloquy. The Packers a grade.
That's hilarious. Hey, you joined in on the debate, dude. Though, don't fucking just say it's all me.
I feel that. No, I gotta put it on you, man, just for the streets. But it's like, yo.
Hey, I'm not the only one. He is a better team, and
let's be real. Those Packers had some crazy defense. You had Hall of Famer Charles Woodson was on that team for some years, and they had a good pass rush. They had the Clay Matthews. They had other people like that. So I'm just saying.
They've had a lot of marquee players on the Packers defense over the years, and they were able to make the NFC Championship 4 years in a row and didn't go to the Super Bowl once. They just found ways to come up short every time. And
I gotta blame the quarterback.
Gotta blame the quarterback. Why didn't you make the plays? Why don't you make the plays? Anyways, continuing to follow up.
What's your pick?
Real quick. On the Indy thing, on the Indianapolis thing, the reason why I became a Patriots fan was in spite of my dad being a hardcore Colts fan. And every time Brady thrashed the Colts, my dad would be throwing shit, like fucking down in beer. He's got to go out in the garage and grind some shit because he's pissed off. I saw my dad get all worked up over these games. And what he called Peyton Manning in the playoffs was happy feet. Because not knowing where to go. So that's just part of the conversation. And maybe if we have we'll get the whole Syl Nation Sports Network together and really do like a big GOAT debate, and everyone could say, why this person is the GOAT to them, and debate all of that shit. But
Peely's sticking with Peyton. I would like in my heart, I thought Peyton was the greatest I've ever seen, like at the line of scrimmage, but playoffs. But Peely, I was in Indy with all them disappointing playoff runs, bro. Like I was there, bro. Like I'm sorry, I can't give it to Peyton. I want to, but no.
How many? Yeah, right. I'm sorry, Peely, but how many Super Bowls did they have?
Well, I look at how many times did Peyton beat Brady in the playoffs? Maybe he beat him with the Broncos too, but with the Colts, he only beat Brady one time, and that was a Super Bowl season.
That was wow, really?
But he lost so many times. Yeah.
And they had a lot of games at home in Indianapolis. Like they had the home field advantage because they played so well during the season, and Tom Brady still came in and got the job done. But that was my win, your loss, I guess.
That's coaching. You're probably right, but I ain't gonna diss Tony Dungy though, Peely. I ain't gonna diss Dungy like that. But Belichick, is Belichick GOAT coach? I think that debate is still there.
Yeah, I think he is.
Man, I woke up too many Monday mornings, man. They called it Blue Monday in India. That's how tough it was all the years, bro. We lose to the playoffs. They call it Blue Monday.
That's fucking tough. Fucking tough, bro. My dad, regular season they're great, but come playoff time, it's like what happened? Where'd all the tenacity go? But yeah, I think here's the thing about that though. I think that's good coaching. and a really good player combining forces, they go on a 20-year run. You know what I'm saying? Unprecedented.
Rarefied air right there. That combination.
Absolutely. And Mads Mama Bear, thank you for coming through here as always. And thank you all for pulling us over firmly into this tangent. Let's get back to
I know because Feely keeping it going. The Patriots was cheating, right? They did get caught, but we'll move forward. We'll move forward.
All of the cheating, Brady, right? All of the cheating, right? We're not going to talk about all of the cheating that all of the other 32 NFL teams did, but their players weren't good enough to capitalize on the intel that they had. That is what it comes down to.
Get caught.
Yeah, right.
That's the difference.
Way more egregious operations, cheating too, and way worse ways than the Patriots were.
Feely's trying to fight, bro. Feely's trying to fight.
Hey, that's all.
Spygate.
All I'm gonna highlight is this. Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate you, Marcus. Appreciate you.
Hilarious, man.
And guess what? Those flat balls, they ran it in the touchdown like 4 times. How many touchdowns did they have that game that were running touchdowns?
They deflated the balls.
Tom Brady didn't need to throw. He could have never thrown. They still would have won. Fucking A. They got that game, but
what was your pick with the game, though? I know we got caught in this.
I picked the Packers.
Okay, I
hate on Aaron Rodgers. I still picked the Packers, bro. I'm gonna go with the home team for that game. That's basically what I came down to. That's another for the betting side of things. It's like 48-42. Like it's very close. So it's just like game time decision. This next game should be closer of a game if you were maybe earlier in the season. However, all the quarterbacks are out for the Miami Dolphins. Basically, they're going with their third string quarterback. The Vikings, the 4-1. Now, let's not go understated there. The 4-1 Minnesota Vikings fly down to Miami to face the Dolphins. And I'm going to give the Vikings a very firm A on this season. I wanted to give them probably an F before the season even started, just because it's like, what are the Vikings? I don't know.
Vikings, right.
Yeah, right. But they're in rare form right now already this early in the season, being 4-1. I think they're obviously leading that division, which has the Packers in it, which has the Bears in it. What are the Bears? But we already talked about them. So I'm giving them an A. I'm giving the Dolphins are also gonna get an A from me, even though they're 3-2. And that's because like when they did have their players in there before, Tua lied about his injury and then he got fucking knocked out again. He had a rigor mortis basically all up in his hands. I think that they are an A team. They have a pretty solid defense that's kind of getting thrown under the radar because of Tyreek Hill and because of the offensive weaponry. One thing that I saw last week was Tyreek Hill get fucking bodied. I think it was like on either a fumble or an interception. So I think he's going to come out tight today. He's going to be pissed. He's going to be ready to put on a show in front of the home crowd.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I'm going to give that 4-1 team the win. I'm going to pick them to win because they're playing with their third string QB. And we saw it live last week. The third string quarterback. Not everyone could be Bailey Zappi. So they lost. I think it's like Tompkins is his name. So yeah, I got
he's like a receiver, I think.
yeah, exactly. Who the fuck is this guy? Shouldn't be playing, but because they're so hurt in quarterback in the most important position on the field, I got the Vikings taking that W today down there in Miami. For me, it's a little bit across the way. What do you got for this game, my friend?
Yeah, so the Vikings, like you said, I give them an A as a team. Their only loss has been against the undefeated Eagles, right? So that says something. That definitely says something for the Vikings. They're relatively healthy. You got the Dolphins. We all know the Tua story. They were riding high. I mean, undefeated until that moment, right? Till that moment happened. Then they lost a couple of games. They're back at home. I think Tyreek's playing, right? There's really just a quarterback situation. So that kind of falls to coaching. Are you going to scheme this game correctly at home? Because you still got all the weapons. You still got a really good defensive front. I believe as well too. The Vikings, though they're an A team, they can't be feeling themselves too much now. Like, I don't think they're gonna just run the table the rest of the way here, right? I think that it's gonna be a team win today for the Dolphins. I think their coach and staff, they're gonna show, are they really that good? They're gonna show it today, and the defense. Though, shout out to Justin Jefferson. He's my favorite receiver right now in the NFL for the Vikings. Shout out to JP pointing that out. He's a dog for real. Like, you give Justin Jefferson the ball every time, but I think Dolphins defense is going to neutralize the Vikings offense, give Dolphins that team win, that team ball. And I think they're going to eke it out today, man.
Wow, bro. Wow. I'm taking a look at the injury reports for both of those, and the Dolphins list is a lot longer than the Vikings. Looks like the Vikings coming in a lot healthier. And another thing that the Dolphins have on their side tonight is that Florida humidity that Minnesota people definitely aren't used to. They're used to the opposite. They're used to the absence of heat all the time. So that could play a big factor in your prediction coming true. But I think that, without a good quarterback, you're doomed to fail because that quarterback could easily give the defense the fucking ball. And, your whole offensive game plan
this can get ugly. Yeah, this could be a really good freeze and go take for me. This could really get ugly if it goes sideways, right? I'm putting more on the team, a team win. The defense is going to neutralize the running game. What's the name of Cook, Dalvin Cook. They're going to make Kirk Cousins look like Kirk Cousins, average, and put up enough points. So I'm going with the home win more than, because I think Vikings is a better team. But I'm going with the more home win for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't blame you here. Like Real Talk said, the Heat is another player on the field. They talk about the Seahawks having the 12th man, but that's what it is down in Florida for every Florida team. Because these people just aren't ready. Like, I lived in the Northeast for 27 years. Okay, I drove down when I moved, and I got in. I think it was like South Carolina. There's like Roanoke Falls, dude. Stepped out of the car, and you're just like, oh my God, it's a different type of air. It's just crazy. It's crazy if you're not used to it. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun game to watch. Either it's gonna be a blowout or it'll be a close game. That's kind of what it is. Some of these close games you can predict, but some you can't. But that is the end of the 1 p.m. slate for today, and we got to kind of make these ones a little bit quick because we did get on a big tangent talking about Tom Brady, but I'm on this show. When I'm on the show, that's just what it is.
Hey, we love it, man. Like, it's always unpredictable when it happens, but no, It's all good.
It's just the free form organicness of this shit. We just keep it rocking. So let's keep it rocking. I call this game, and you guys might remember from last week, but that 4:05 game to me is a layover game. It's a game that they kind of flex in there for, hey, don't get off your couch yet. We still got more games coming.
Stay for a while.
right. But because the matchups between these two teams are so like these four teams, I should say, there's two games in the layover position. They're all kind of so they just put them together. Like, you know what? Put that together. And then for 425, they got a really good game. And I'm really looking forward to that game later in the day. But before that, Cardinals flying up to Seattle Seahawks and Mikey Sutton's territory. And both of these teams are 2-3. Granted, Seahawks, Geno Smith has like one of the best QBRs in the league right now, which is hilarious to say that. And the Cardinals, they should be so much better than they are. But they're not, right? Their defense is kind of lackluster. And I think they're really missing Jones down there. I forget what his name is. He used to be a Patriots player, but I think they're really missing some people. And obviously, J.J. Watt being out is a big deal for them as well. But they do have Hollywood Brown, who is really playing really good. He's like averaging like 10 receptions every game and something like 80 yards. And then Zach Ertz, who is a fucking dog, is playing down there as well. But home team. Now, I've said this every fucking week the Seattle Seahawks play at home, but 12th man, do something, okay? And I think the Seattle Seahawks are finally gonna show themselves as to that the fact that they made a good decision getting rid of Russell Wilson and bringing in Geno Smith to the fold. And they have DK Metcalf, they have Tyler Lockett, they have I don't know if Penny is back today, but they have good.
I don't think it. I think
offense.
Penny's out. Yeah.
They have a good offense, right? That's all I'm getting
Yeah.
at. So
They can put up points.
if Geno could be consistent, they can be really good. It just comes down to that defense and the Cardinals offense going against that defense. However, giving this one to the 12th man, I'm going with the Seahawks today. And grades, Cardinals get a big fat F because you should be a lot better than you are. And Seahawks, you get a nice little S because you're not. It's not for satisfactory. To me, that's surprising because
that's for surprise. I like that. Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not 0-5.
We should work that into the grades too. That's a good one. Yeah, the Cardinals, fail as a team. I mean, like I said, if you believe the headlines and the rumors, they even hate their own quarterback, right? That's just weird. So it's like, he has no help. F as a team. But he can surprise you because he just runs around and until he gets decked, right? Seahawks, I like that because I would have said they're closer to a fail, but S for surprising, they're competitive.
Yep.
They don't. I mean, I still think their defense is average. I still think Geno is average, but he's playing. He's playing above his abilities right now. So that's surprising.
Very surprising.
Yeah. So I'm looking at home team. Yeah, I'm with you with this. Home team wins. It is a division game too, so they're going to be extra juiced up for the Cardinals. And this is the battle of we're not going to be last place in this division. So I think Seahawks are going to take it today.
Yeah, it's funny. Real talk. Literally, was thinking the same thing that I was. Surprising Seahawks. Yeah, we think we got them at home. They got that 12th man. Come on now.
That's for surprise. Pop quiz.
Getting caught up and doing shit around the house. All good, Necron. Hopefully, you just listening and you heard everyone call me Austin Bayless. I called him Necron Bayless first. So
everyone really stick.
Didn't stick though because he was the one saying 11 from heaven. But apparently you
with him on that
Brady and you're white, you're automatically Skip Bayless. So it's all good. It's all good.
No,
guys.
you know what is Austin? It's that jersey behind you. That's
why I put it there? Because that's the greatest of all time. That's why I put it there, you motherfuckers.
I love it, man. I love it.
So next game is layover game. Lay down, take a nap, I guess. Yes. We got the Carolina Panthers, the Panthers, going over to Skywalker's homeland and facing SoFi, that crazy stadium. And the Panthers 1-4, the Rams 2-3. Panthers, you get an F, you fucking suck. And the Rams, you get an S, satisfactory.
I'm surprised they're playing.
I'm actually surprised in the other way that they're playing this bad. It should be playing way better. This is going to be an easy pick for me. Panthers going to lose in the road. They are playing PJ Walker, who instead of Baker Mayfield, they did fire their head coach last week. They have an interim head coach. Right. It's a mess. It's a mess. But this could be one of those games, and mark my words, freezing cold take maybe later on. But this could be one of those games, new head coach energy. Whole team playing for the head coach.
Oh.
You might see the Rams get their legs taken out from underneath them because the Rams have looked real shitty this past couple of weeks. And their offensive line has been crap. They really have just throw it to Cooper Kupp and hopefully he can do something. Like that's all you could do. But the reason why I went with the Rams at home is because the Rams defense has been playing a little bit better. And they have Aaron Donald, they have Jalen Ramsey. Those are big names going against who? PJ Walker and Robbie Anderson. Okay, yeah, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams at home. What do you got for this game, bro?
So, like you said, score. A big fail F for Panthers. The Panthers, not only they fired their head coach, not only Are they starting an XFL quarterback? PJ Walker was an XFL quarterback. So XFL side note, it's going to get a little better thanks to the Garcia's $7 Productions.
I was gonna say no hate,
XFL.
no hate on the XFL.
So the old regime, right? Just like they look at the old XFL regime, talking about the old XFL. But anyway, much less the XFL and Danny Garcia. But as far as, but not only those factors for the Panthers, they are reportedly putting Christian McCaffrey up for trade. This is a mess. This entire team has given up on the season. The Rams as surprised that they are, playing below average right now, but they're playing against a team that gave up. Rams for the win.
Rams for the win. Okay, and this is we got 5 minutes, so fucking speed lightning round, dude. The Bills versus the Chiefs at 425. These are both 4-1 teams, and this is both really like high action, high octane on the offense, and their defenses play really, really well too. It comes down to what are they going to do when each quarterback is mobile. I'm giving the Bills an easy A, Chiefs an easy A. You guys are leading your divisions. You're the leaders of the AFC. You guys earned it. I think, though, there's going to be some Bildos on that field up in Arrowhead. I think the Bills come in and they steal that win against the Chiefs on the road. I think Bills Mafia is going to be there. I think it's going to be louder for the Bills and for the Chiefs than people expected, because the Bills Mafia people, bro. I grew up in New York, man. We're real petty. We'll come to your town. We'll show up, man. We'll do that. So I got the Bills taking this one on the road. What do you have for 425 today?
Like you said, 2 A+ teams, right? You can't, Bills is my early pick, and Josh Allen's my early pick for MVP. Everything's on schedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bills, they've been kind of banged up for a couple weeks. Now they look relatively healthy. Pound for pound, team against team, the Bills have a better team. Okay. They go. I don't care where they play. It could be in was it Candlestick, wherever the Chiefs play. Yeah, it could be Arrowhead, wherever. It could be in a neutral field. I think the Bills have a better team. I think the Bills were better in the playoffs last year when the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill. So now you roll it back up with a more experienced Bills team versus Chiefs prime time as well. Josh Allen wants to be the GOAT of this period. Go with the Bills, man. They're healthy. They're a better team than the Chiefs, and I love both of these teams. Going with the Bills.
Yeah. I love this game, bro. We'll see if everyone's pulling up to CafeZone today. We might have to watch this together.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be. Actually, we may do an extended CafeZone today because it's a couple good. This is a good 4:00 game.
Yeah, this is it should be a great game to watch, and why not watch it all together? People are picking this game 52% Bills, 48% the Chiefs.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just like a little bit favored for the Bills, and I believe that Pilly likes that. Pilly.
Hey, the Bills is healthy right now. That's the only way I would have picked against the Bills is if they weren't healthy. You got that whole squad with Josh Allen. They're a better team than the Chiefs, man. They're a better team.
Hell yeah. And Igor, thank you for showing up. Appreciate you being here, man. Bills win this one today. Vindication. All right, buddy. I'm with you.
Going with the Bills.
Bills going to handle
a shootout. I hope it's a nice shootout.
Oh, me too. Dude, the over-under is like 53 points. Let's have it over that.
Serious, bro?
Yeah, dude. Let's have it over.
Both teams to hit 30. Yeah. I think both teams get over 30.
I wish we had more time to talk about this night games, but we gotta fly. Cowboys versus the Eagles. 4-1 Cowboys.
Another good game.
5-0 Eagles tonight. That's the Sunday night's game. I think Cowboys, you get an A. Very surprised, and maybe an AS. Very good team this year.
And surprised, right?
Surprised that you're playing so well with Cooper Rush. I say keep him in there until the wheels fall off. I don't care if Dak is back or whatever. Keep Cooper Rush in there. However, this Eagles team, I think, home, night game, prime time, last undefeated team. I said this earlier in a good countdown weeks ago. Until they lose, I'm not going to pick against them. So I got the Eagles winning tonight at home in Philadelphia. What do you have for this game?
Interesting. Cowboys and S, like you said. I'm surprised because I was ready to put them more as a average team before the season started. Eagles, yes, A+. Come on, A++. They playing the best football, both sides of the ball.
Yep.
The Cowboys, they're coming in again. I love their defense. Like Necron talk about 11 from heaven, right? He's that man, right? Cooper Rush is doing his thing. But I think he's playing against a better quarterback this week. And Eagles, their offensive line, I think will hold off the pass rush. I think it's statement time. Pop quiz, Eagles is the best team in that division right now until it's proven otherwise. I'm going with the Eagles over the Cowboys in a close one. And I would love to see these teams. I love to see their second matchup later in the season.
Oh, yeah, dude. Division, they're playing again. They're playing again. Hurts is the real deal. I believe so too. And I like when good teams play good teams, man. It's always fun to watch.
Game.
Monday night could be a stinker. Could be a maybe. I don't know. Broncos face the Chargers. And wow, let me say this real quick. Shout out to the stadium crew at SoFi. They have the Rams today. They have the Chargers tomorrow night. Good fucking luck. Changing everything over. Good fucking luck, SoFi workers. I got the Chargers 3-2. I got them at an S. They should have been an A in my opinion, but they're banged up, so that's why they are 3-2. They don't have all of their people, and if they do, maybe they become an A in week 12. We shall see. The Broncos, you get a fucking F. You have Russell Wilson. You built this team to be an A. Yeah, let's ride. You undercut me so hard with that one. Russell Wilson, instead of saying let's ride, he's like, hold on, I need some time. Wait a second. Wait. I don't have my feet in the stirrups. Hold on, I can't ride. Give me a second. Broncos country. Oh shit. Fuck. I think the Chargers get this win at home today. What do you think for tomorrow night? What do you think?
Yeah, Monday night. They are messed up putting Broncos in all these primetime games. So Broncos F failing. Everything is failing. The coaches are failed. Russell Wilson, he doesn't have the same swag no more. That is what it is. Chargers, again, yes. S for satisfactory. I'm not saying I'm surprised because they're banged up. They would have been better if they weren't. Joey Bosa's out for a couple more games.
Yeah.
Pass rush is not the same. You got barbecue ribs over there. McRib, Herbert. He's gonna take care of business in SoFi. Those ribs, they're seasoning them up a little bit. It's not as barbecued as it was since week 2. We're going with the Chargers, man.
The little less tender, a little more lean today.
A little less, less tendered ribs.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, so we got all our picks in. No more and right now, make sure you go and find us on CafeZone. It's down here in the ticker. If you don't know how to get there, if you don't follow Syl, what the fuck you doing? Follow Syl. Keep on top of this game and the comic game, the movie game, and just get game in general from Syl. You'll be better off for it. And we will all see you next week. I'll have a short video, but don't forget, next week is the bye week. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family.
Bye week for us.
Right, bye week for us for the good countdown. You got a bye week, and just take some time. If you're watching this now, if you're watching this later, take it as your own bye week next week too. But make sure that you catch the video I put up because I'm hoping it's going to be fire. I got ideas in my head. I got editing done, but it's got to be polished before it gets put out. So we'll see you next week on this channel. We'll see you for Freezing Cold Takes the week after.
That's right.
Let's ride.
It's kickoff time.
Syl Nation. Let's ride.